Guys, I do have a short story for you, and I want to be honest. You know, in my early days as a tester, I reduced testing to an act of test case management. I just created and automated test cases. Now that's all I did all day long. So I really confused testing with automation, and I reduced the act of testing to the usage of tools. Now that was the world I used to live in for quite a while. I was just stuck at the peak of the Mount Stupid. Now it then took me quite some time to realize that testing is so much more than that. I realized that testing is not so much about, automation, it's much more about information. So I've learned that testing is about collecting information about anything that might threaten the value of our software products. And it then took me even longer to realize why I'm doing that. So after about 1 year or so of automating one test case after another, I slowly began to understand that the purpose of testing is to enable other people. People like product owners, like product managers, or like developers to make better decisions. To make better decisions based on the information I provide through my testing. So testing then quickly became a search for information to me. Testing was no longer just a fight for test case automation and test case management. I began to understand testing. I began to understand that testing is a byproduct of critical thinking. I began to understand that testing happens in our heads, not in our tools, guys. And I realized that the tools just help me to accelerate, to intensify, to amplify, and often to simplify my testing. So I began to understand that I can test without test cases and that I can test without tools. So all this allowed me to see testing from a much broader perspective. And this perspective helped me then to improve my testing skills. It helped me to reveal the risks in the software much faster and much more effectively. So testing truly became a thinking discipline to me. It became a creative, open-ended and intellectual activity to me. Now, while I was wandering through this awfully long learning process, which I like to call my valley of despair, I also started to forget. I started to forget what the point of testing is because it's so easy to forget, right? It's so easy to forget about the point of testing in the weeds of DevOps, Agile, continuous delivery, and continuous everything. So I started to take notes, and I wrote those notes down on sticky notes. And I put those sticky notes onto my whiteboard in the hope that these sticky notes are strong enough to stick with me, guys. So what I did was simple. Now, every single day for about 1 year, I invested about 10 minutes of my time to walk through my notes. Now, I added new ones, I categorized those notes, I merged them, I threw some of them away. Now, I did all this before I even started my daily testing routines in the hope to not forget again. And you know what, guys? It really helped. It helped a lot. And so we also want to share these learnings with you. And we will do that on social media. We will share one learning per business day. Now, we call those learnings testing tidbits because that is what they are. They are tiny bits of information that are hopefully thought-provoking enough to prevent you from, going through the same hell as I did. So all you need to do is follow the hashtag testing tidbits on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Feel free to scrutinize these tidbits, share them, question them, like them. But most importantly, guys, let us know what you think about them. Thanks so much, guys. See you on social media.